Hey everybody, this is Brian Helmick from BetweenTheLicks.com, here to give you guys another free guitar lesson. Today I'm going to talk about the Part 2 section of my custom blues licks. And this Part 2 really uses some of the custom ideas that you can build just by using chord tones or perhaps a scale, blues scale. And I'm going to interject some of the classic turnarounds at the end of a blues progression to kind of give it that authentic feel on top of what you're already playing. So let me show you the first lick, and these are all on the last four chords of an A blues progression. All right, so this is the lick right here. It goes. And that lick that I started off there is just following that E7 chord. Getting up there on that 7th. That is just the D7 shape right up here. And you don't always, it's a great lesson, you don't always have to play some sort of a lick. Sometimes you can just grab a couple notes and just kind of wail on them, and maybe one of the other guitarists in the band will play something, they'll listen to it. It's a great way to build off each other. Don't always think that you got to play something complicated. Just something real simple sometimes just does the trick. And then this turnaround that you start right back when you get to the A, it's a really simple turnaround. You'll see that duplicated a lot of times in the bass. You'll see that a lot of times in blues and jazz. It's a really popular, it's really pervasive. It's one of the more common turnarounds that you'll encounter. But this little turnaround is also really common. You'll hear that all the time. It basically brings you back to that the 5 chord, or in this case the E, and sets you up to start all over again. And it just brings it right back around. So the next lick I'm going to show you really follows the same vein. It's using the same chords over the same section, the last 4 bars of a blues progression. But I'm going to use probably the most famous, the classic turnaround. I believe Robert Johnson probably was the first to play something even remotely close to this, and it just bloomed into this awesome turnaround. So go ahead and listen to that and see if you can pick it out. And I think you could hear it right there. For a lot of you blues guitarists out there that already know how to play this is old hat, but for most of you that are looking into these videos, sometimes you don't always know those, and a lot of guys will take that for granted that you know those kind of licks. But it's a great lick to know. You should every blues guitarist should know how to do it. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking the 9th fret in the key of A. You're going to grab this 9th fret. You'll go, and you'll go back down to the 8th, 7th, and then you'll just hammer on to an A bar chord here. And that little turnaround there is just coming up to an E7. But this has that chromatic kind of feel that's it's pretty common when it comes to these turnarounds. It's really really popular. So that's something you really want to practice. You want to know how to do that lick, because once you do, it sounds awesome. You're gonna probably impress at least some of the guys that you play with. So here we go. Here's the 3rd and final blues lick that I got today for you. And these are all a little longer, so bear with me. This lick follows similarly that last classic turnaround we had, but it simplifies it a little more. So maybe if you're playing with a full band and you don't want to step out and do-dee-doo-doo, you don't want to do that. You just kind of want to simplify it at the end of a solo, just bring it back down or something. This is a great way to do it. So. And that lick, basically, instead of, you're just going, and it kind of helps you bring it down, especially at the end of a solo, like I said before. You can just, kind of bring it down and move into the next section without, a big abrupt change. It's always great to have dynamics in your music. So this last, I want to tell you, this last shape right here is actually just an E7 shape. You can look at the tabs and figure that out. You got to know that shape. That shape is useful anywhere on the fretboard. It's a very popular shape. But anyways, glad you were joining me for today. There will be more guitar lessons coming up. Hopefully, I won't get too caught up in other things. And check out the website, check out the forum. Let me know what you think. If you like what you see, if you got a blog, put it on there, link back to it. I'd really appreciate it. So, everybody, thanks for sticking around.